Hello dear students. Today we'll start with class 9 geography chapter number 4 climate part 2. First of all students, I would like to share a good experience that today is 23rd of September and today weather in Gorakhpur, it is rainy. It is raining since last night, and I'm pleased that I'm teaching you the chapter climate, and very happy to tell you that today we'll start with the topic the onset of the monsoon and withdrawal. Means when monsoon comes to India and finally when it goes, means withdrawal of the monsoon. So, with the help of this map, I would like to tell you about how the monsoon comes, onset of the monsoon and the withdrawal. So, the duration of monsoon is between 100 to 120 days from early June to mid September. Around the time of its arrival, the normal rainfall increases suddenly and continues constantly for several days. This is known as burst of the monsoon and can be distinguished from the pre-monsoon showers. The monsoon arrives in the southern tip of the Indian peninsula. First of all, I would like to tell you that monsoon reaches India from two branches. It is divided into two branches. One is this one, Arabian Sea branch, and another one is Bay of Bengal branch. So here it enters, and from Arabian Sea it enters from Kerala. So it has two branches, Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. Now let us first of all talk about Arabian Sea branch. It reaches Mumbai about 10 days later on approximately the 10th of June. Here it is Mumbai, and here it reaches 10th of June. This is fairly rapid advance. Acha. On the other hand, the Bay of Bengal branch, that monsoon also advances rapidly and arrives in Assam like this. Here it goes, here from Bay of Bengal to Assam, parts of West Bengal and Assam. It reaches to Assam in the first week of June. And here lofty mountains are there, as we know that Himalayas are there. And it causes the wind to deflect. Wind goes here, and after that it deflects. And it deflects where? This part. Towards the west, over the Ganga plains. By mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon also arrives over Saurashtra, Kutch, that is part of Gujarat, here like this. Can you see this is the wind, this is the monsoon. It reaches Saurashtra, Kutch, the central part of the country. The Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal branches of the monsoon merge over northwestern part. Here it merges here. Wind is coming from this monsoon, that Arabian Sea branch. It comes to Ganga plain, reaches here, and Arabian Sea via Saurashtra, Mumbai, Saurashtra, that is Gujarat, and it reaches here. And both the branches meet. They meet each other. They merge over the northern northwestern part of Ganga plains. Delhi generally receives the monsoon showers of Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. By the first week of July, western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, eastern Rajasthan experience the monsoon. And by mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh. It reaches Himachal Pradesh. And the rest of the country. So this was onset of the monsoon. Now let us talk about the withdrawal of monsoon. The winds, they have reached here. Here they have reached. The withdrawal or the retreat of the monsoon is more gradual process. The withdrawal of the monsoon begins in northwestern states, northwestern here. This is the northwestern states here. This is the northwestern state of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern half. By early December, the monsoon has withdrawn from the rest of the country. ये वापस चला जाता है. It goes back till December. The monsoon has withdrawn from the rest of the country till December. By the early December, the island receives the very first monsoon showers. As we know that here is Lakshadweep. Can you see here? Lakshadweep. My pointer is not getting there. So, Lakshadweep. And here is your Bay of Bengal. This Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These two areas receive the first monsoon shower. From the first week of April to the first week of May. The withdrawal takes place progressively from north to south, means it withdraws. The first week of December to the first week of January. By this time, the rest of the country is already under the influence of winter monsoon. Now winter comes. So, if we are talking about winter, we are talking about cold weather season. So, let us talk about the seasons. The seasons. There are 4 main seasons in India. They are the cold weather season, you call it winter, the hot weather season, that is summer, advancing monsoon, that is rainy season, and retreating monsoon, that is transition season, means withdrawal of the monsoon. So, let us first of all discuss the cold weather season. The cold weather season begins from mid-November in northern India and stays till February. December and January are the coldest month in the northern part of India. During this season, the northeast trade winds prevail over the country. The weather is normally marked by clear skies, low temperatures and low humidity, and feeble variable winds. The peninsular region does not have a well-defined cold season. Peninsular India, it is not that much cold in comparison to the northern part of the country. Now, let us have a point-wise discussion. Cold weather season extends from December to February. Vertical sun rays shift towards southern hemisphere. You know, the axis of the earth is tilt. North India experiences intense cold. Why? Because sun rays have shifted towards southern hemisphere. So North India experiences intense cold, whereas this season is not well defined in South India. Occasional tropical cyclone visit eastern coast in this season. The characteristics of cold weather season over the northern plain is the inflow of cyclonic disturbances from west and northwest. These low pressure systems originate over Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia and move into India via Pakistan along with westerly flow. Westerly flow, in the previous part I have told you, westerly flow means the wind coming from western side and flowing towards east side. They cause the much needed winter rains over the plains and snowfall in the mountains. Although the total amount of winter rainfall, locally known as Mahavat, means the total amount of rainfall in winter is called Mahavat. It is very small. They are of immense importance for the cultivation of a Rabi crop. So this was all about cold weather season. Now let us talk about the hot weather season. The hot weather season begins from March and continues up to May. In March, the highest temperature is about 38 degrees Celsius recorded in the Deccan Plateau. In peninsular India, the temperature remains lower due to the moderating influence of the oceans. I told you distance from the sea, climatic control in the previous part. This is the reason. A striking feature of hot weather season is the loo. What are loos? These are the strong, gusty, hot and dry winds blowing during the day. Dust storms are very common during the month of May in the northern India. Towards the end of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers are common, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. They help in early ripening of the mango. Again, with the help of some points, let us see. It extends from March to May. Vertical rays shift towards northern hemisphere. Look at here. In winters, the vertical rays shifts towards the southern part, southern hemisphere. But in summers, this vertical rays of sun, they shift towards northern hemisphere. The temperature gradually rises from south to north. Highest temperature experienced in Karnataka in March. It is in March, the highest temperature. Madhya Pradesh in April and Rajasthan in May. So it shows that temperature gradually rises from south to north. First of all, in Karnataka in March, April, Madhya Pradesh and May, Rajasthan. This is hot weather season. In March, the highest temperature is 38 degrees Celsius recorded on the Deccan Plateau. In April, temperature in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh are around 42 degrees Celsius. And in May, temperature of 45 degrees Celsius is common in northwestern parts of the country. And again, I would like to repeat, in peninsular India, temperatures remain lower due to moderating influence of the ocean, the distance from the sea factor. Now, I would like to tell you one more thing. The localized thunderstorms associated with violent winds often accompanied by hail. In West Bengal, these storms are known as Kal Baisakhi. What happens? Thunderstorm is there. It is accompanied by violent winds, means fast blowing air, accompanied by hail. In West Bengal, these storms are known as Kal Baisakhi. Now, moving towards the next is the rainy season, or else what we call it? We call it advancing monsoon. By early June, the low pressure condition over the means onset of monsoon. By the early June, the low pressure condition over northern plains intensifies. It attracts the trade winds of the southern hemisphere, means from Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. They attract it. This southeast trade winds originate over the warm subtropical areas of southern oceans. They cross the equator and blow in the westerly direction, entering the Indian peninsula at the southwest monsoon. The inflow of the southwest monsoon into India brings about a total change in weather. Early in the season, the windward side of the Western Ghats, receives very heavy rainfall, more than 250 centimeter. And the leeward side is the Deccan Plateau and parts of Madhya Pradesh, but they receive some amount of rainfall in spite of lying in the rain shadow area. The maximum rainfall of this season is received in northeastern part of the country. Monsoon Ram in the southern ranges of Khasi Hills, means northeastern part, receives highest average rainfall in the world. Rainfall in Ganga Valley decreases from the east to the west. Rajasthan and parts of Gujarat get scanty rainfall. As we have seen, devastating floods also causing that damage to life and property in the plains. Now, let us talk about some of the features of the rainy season. It extends June to September. Intense heating in northwest India creates low pressure and attracts wind from the surrounding region, especially from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. It attracts the wind of Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. After having rains for a few days, sometime monsoon fails to occur for 1 or more weeks is known as break in the monsoon. Now let us talk about retreating monsoon or the transition season. During October, November, with the apparent movement of the sun towards the south, the monsoon trough or the pressure trough over the northern plains become weaker. This is gradually replaced by a high pressure system. The southwest monsoon winds weaken and start withdrawing gradually. We have discussed in the starting of this part. By the beginning of October, the monsoon withdraws from the northern plains. The month of October, November form a period of transition from hot rainy season to dry winter condition. The retreat of the monsoon is marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. That is called October heat. Just I will tell you. While day temperatures are high during October, you will find that clear sky is there. Temperatures are high during daytime and nights are cool and pleasant. The land is still moist. The condition of high temperature and humidity is there. The weather becomes rather oppressive during the day and cooler in the night. This is commonly known as October heat. Means at the daytime it is hotter, and during the night time it is cooler and moist also. Moist is also there. This is what we call is October heat. In the second half of the October, the mercury begins to fall rapidly, means coming of winter season in the northern India. The thickly populated deltas of Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri are frequently struck by storms or cyclones which cause great damage to life. You will find that in the month of second half of the October or in November, there are cyclones come to India, and they cause great damage to life and property. Sometimes these cyclones arrive at the coast of Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh. So this is the transition season or retreating monsoon. Now, monsoon as a unifying bond. Since all of us know that it is a unifying bond, because basically in India people are directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture. 70% of the population, they depend on agriculture. And for agriculture, what is required? Rainfall is required. And this requirement is fulfilled by monsoon. Himalayas protect the subcontinent from extreme cold winds from the Central Asia. This enables northern India to have uniformly high temperature when compared to other areas on the same latitude. Similarly, the peninsular plateau, under the influence of the sea from three sides, has moderate temperatures. Despite such moderating influences, there are great variations in the temperature condition. Nevertheless, the unifying influence of the monsoon on the Indian subcontinent is quite perceptible. The seasonal alteration of the wind system and the associated weather condition provide a rhythmic cycle of the season. Even the uncertainties of rain and uneven distribution of rainfall are very much typical of the monsoons. The Indian landscape, its animal and plant, its entire agricultural calendar and the life of the people, including their festivals, revolve around this phenomena of monsoon. Whether we talk about animals, we talk about plant life, we talk about agricultural calendar, we talk about the life of the people, the festivals we celebrate, this all things revolves around the monsoon. What we eat, what we wear, the festivals we celebrate, the rabi crop, the kharif crop we grow, it all depends on the monsoon. That's why it is called unifying bond. Year after year, people of India from north to south and from east to west eagerly wait the arrival of the monsoon. These monsoon winds bind the whole country by providing water to set the agricultural activities in motion. The river valleys which carry this water also unite as a single river valley unit. And that's why monsoon is called as the unifying bond. Now, there are some important terms which you need to know. One of them is frost, a state in freezing frozen dew. Lu, strong, gusty, hot, dry winds blowing during the day over the north and northwestern India in the summer season. Mango showers, pre-monsoon showers in Kerala and Karnataka help in the ripening of mangoes earlier, known as mango showers. You might have noticed that very first time we get those mangoes in April, in the month of April and May. And if you talk to the hawker, if you talk to the fruit seller, you will find that those mangoes are from southern India, and that those mangoes are available because of these mango showers only. These are the pre-monsoon showers which help the early ripening of the mangoes. Trough, fourth term is trough, large vacuum in between of the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau and the plains. That vacuum is called trough. Leeward, windward I told you, the Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat is there, Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat is there. So the area lying towards the Arabian Sea, facing towards the Arabian Sea, is called windward side, and the area lying facing towards the Arabian Sea is called windward, and the opposite of that is leeward. It is rain shadow area. So I hope you understood the chapter. Your doubts are most welcome. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.